sake. Hey there. Tonight I want to discuss with you how nomads get the interwebs when they're traveling around, whether they're in a van, a camper, whatever. Most of us choose to boondock, not be somewhere within Wi-Fi range of, say, McDonald's or a campground or something insane like that. So you have to provide your own internet. Some people simply go by their phone, you know, just their normal unlimited plan. Oh, you like oatmeal cream pies? I love oatmeal cream pies. Yes. Dummy, 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 dummy. A lot of people use a hotspot through their cell provider. It's basically the same size as a cell phone, a little bit thicker, and that just takes a cell signal, and you can stream your internet through that. I chose something called an AT&T home base. There's actually a reason I wanted this. I used to be somewhat of a web developer, and at the time that I went on the road, I was maintaining a bunch of websites. And I always preferred a desktop computer. I've never been a laptop guy. And so I wanted to, very foolishly, by the way, bring my big desktop computer with me and continue to use that. I had a dual screen setup and the whole deal. But my big old computer that I named Monster wasn't wireless. It was a wired internet connection, so I was looking for something that I could plug into that would work as a hotspot, that I could plug my Ethernet wire in from my computer, you know, just like this, boop, and plug the other end into my computer and have internet. So AT&T Homebase was what I got. I had a pretty good deal on it. It was like $60 a month. I want to say it was supposed to be around 100 gigs, but I was going hundreds of gigs over each month because I watched too much damn television at night. And they never they never charged me for the extra bandwidth. So that was nice. That was very nice of them. But, you know, the funny thing about the AT&T Homebase is it also had its own phone number. You could plug a landline in it. That's these ports here. You could plug a landline if you wanted to. I never did. So I don't remember what the number was. So good. Musty in here. But basically, it worked like a hotspot. It collected the cell signal from the universe and gave me internet. It was also, of course, create a wireless network as well, so I could, you know, connect my phone to it wirelessly. And my little Roku I've had for years, so I could stream Netflix and Hulu and Prime and all that jazz through my Roku. So that was, you know, I had my own wireless network within Brutus, which was wonderful. Now, one of the problems you have, of course, when you're out in the middle of the country without oh, goddamn, that's good. One of the issues you'd have, though, when you're out wandering around on public lands, is you tend not to be very close to the cell towers. So you need something that can basically boost whatever signal is available. What I used was a WeBoost or Wilson Drive Sleek. That's this pretty little thing. Really, what they were intended for was that you could put it in your vehicle, plug it into your car lighter, power port. You'd cradle your cell phone in that, have it mounted to your dashboard, and that way, if you're someone who commutes a lot near an area with a low signal, you could just boost the cell signal to your phone. Nomads and people who travel a lot, they put their hotspot in there. I have heard that certain hotspots heat up on this. I didn't have that problem with the Homebase, and I don't know if it was a problem with your hotspot or whether the actual booster heats up. What I did was I would zip tie this beautiful booster. So, you know, when you're traveling around, you're going over all these bumpy roads in the desert, you don't want that to fall out. So I had that zip tied to it, plugged in, and I kept it going. Matter of fact, when I was driving along, telling Brutus this would still be on, and I would still, I wouldn't have to use my cell plan's data to, holy shit, stumbling idiot. Oh, why do I have so much shit on here? Jesus Christ. I wouldn't have to use my data plan for my cell phone to connect to the internet. I was still using this wirelessly, so it was just like sitting on your couch while you're driving along, because that was the kind of, I don't know what the point of that was. Anyway, that's how I did it. Now the thing about these beautiful things, as I said, they were meant to go into a vehicle, so they plug in to what we used to call cigarette lighter ports, but a power port in your vehicle. And so you have to be prepared for that if you want to have it inside your camper or in your van. Of course, a van's going to have those power ports, but if you want it back somewhere else away from your dashboard, you're going to prefer. So I actually have one DC power port underneath my little dinette inside Brutus, so I could plug that in and have it powered that way, because it doesn't plug in to a wall socket. And there's also something to keep aware of, is that this comes with a lot of wire. I didn't need all the wire, just so much wire. I had it all, obviously all bundled up under the dinette. My home base is all underneath the table and nearly out of sight. I kicked it a lot when I sat there working, but otherwise, so there's all these wires. It comes with a little rooftop magnet antenna, obviously, for your vehicle. You put it on your vehicle, and that would sit there. Matter of fact, I put this in a Durango, never used it. That's my tow vehicle, an old Dodge Durango. It was on there for a few years. I never plugged it in. It was just, you know, magnetized to my roof. What I did was I bought a big WeBoost trucker antenna. It's just a big black dildo on a pole. It's mounted outside of Brutus. The thing you have to keep in mind with that bigger antenna, even though it's the same company, the same manufacturer, WeBoost, or they used to go by Wilson, it didn't have the same connector, the same data connector for that antenna as... The hell was that? Anyway, it didn't have the same connector, so I had to buy just a little adapter. Matter of fact, yeah, that's the little brass adapter. I don't know what it was. I'm not a very informed guy, so, you know, if you do such a setup, keep that in mind. You might run into the same thing. All you have to do is Google it. You'll figure out what adapter you need. Don't come to me for questions like that. I never know the specifics of anything. Coffee. Bear with me. Oh. So fucking good. Something you have to keep in mind, even if you have a hotspot or the funny little ATN home base, which I don't know if they even sell anymore. You will find places, if you're boondocking, that just not going to have a signal. I think the only place I ran into that was Big Sur, California. Absolutely gorgeous area, and they're not going to destroy it by putting up a bunch of cell towers. They simply aren't. Not even those Frankenstein tree-looking ones that stand out. And so when I stayed there, I had a beautiful location way up in the hills, and I could still see the Pacific Ocean. I could hear it crashing, but zero signal, none whatsoever. So keep that in mind, that you know, if there's any reason that you need to be connected, you know, there are certain places you're just not going to be able to go if there could be a family emergency, anything like that. Or you could do what I did in my situation, was I have a DVD player up here. I also have an Xbox 360, and so if I didn't have a signal, or I was just tired of whatever Netflix was on Netflix, I would just play a video game, or I would play a DVD. I only brought, you know, a few videos, but you just, you know, The Big Lebowski or something like that. Gosford Park, I like that on a rainy day. I don't know why. Sip your coffee, watch Gosford Park. Well, it's a wonderful thing. Anyway, those comfort videos that you enjoy, you just watch over and over again. But yeah, there's going to be places like that. Big whoop. Wow. Oh, much better. Jesus Christ. It's really hot in here. Oh, I probably should, since we're living the time of the coronavirus, or this is being recorded the time of the coronavirus, I need to do my public service announcement. You know, be smart, keep your distance from people, wear your mask, wash your genitals if you're going to rub them on a stranger, things like that, people. We have to get rid of this thing, okay? Thank you. You're so stupid.